What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Martin Skirsis for coming through and boosting up the coins. So, we got some crazy news for you, man, right now. Yeah, this is the official, you can see it here, official AJ Instagram. I'll make it big for you, man, pause. Oh, YB, oh, this channel's full of cap. Oops, busted. How much cap you see here, people? How much cap you see? 16.7 million followers. Anthony John Stewart's channel verified. Bash. Here we go. So 19 hours ago, 20 hours ago now, AJ posts on his Instagram stories that he's on the blower with fake the cake dinner lady bingo wings Paul. And he edits the photo saying at Jake Paul 2026. Shh. This thing here. Yeah, that's from AJ's official leaked Instagram. And Jake Paul posted on Twitter, look who called, 2026, Anthony Joshua. And he's got AJ on the phone. So these two, for sure, had a conversation. Now, YB, this don't mean nothing. Yeah, but it does. Eddie Hearn's come out now saying, we spoke to Fake the Cake Paul, and Eddie Hearn, I'm going to show you the video in a minute, but Eddie Hearn says, man, we want it now. Never mind 2026, we're fixing to get that ass now. But before we get to that, where this started was, Jake Paul, days ago, on the 19th of March, he put a podcast out, and he called AJ out, and that's what obviously AJ called him after hearing these bars. So here's the clip, here's the original clip. The founding clip from Fake the Cake, Dinner Lady, Bingo Wings, Paul.
I know my boundaries. I want to fight Anthony Joshua, exclusive, because I know that I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass. I know I will
just got knocked out, right?
Yeah, he doesn't have a chin.
Look at this corny dude here. That's what I can't deal with. If you listen to people, I'll be honest with you, man. If you listen to any of these cornballs, like this, who's this guy here, man? Get this corny looking dude out here, man. I can't take him seriously. I can't take him serious. Get him out of here. Yeah, man, look how small, Jake Paul, yeah? Look how, this guy's about 4 foot tall. Get him out of here, man. Yeah? Back in the day, in old school times, when grown folk was talking, these little ones here just kept their mouths zipped. Now, I mean AJ ain't best friends, but 100%. This is grown folk talking right now in this boxing game to these two cornballs. I'll start it again.
I know my boundaries. I want to fight Anthony Joshua, exclusive, because I know that I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass. I know I will
just got knocked out, right?
Yeah, he doesn't have a chin, and he has no skill, and he's stiff. And I love you, Anthony. We're friends, all this shit, but I want to fight you. I know my...
So there's the original thing. Obviously, AJ's heard that and called him. My only worry is that it's going to be a big shekel scam. That's the only worry here. We know AJ, man, he loved the coin too much. Yeah? And if the Netflix shekels come in, if the Netflix teacups come in and tell AJ, here's 150 million, jump on the floor, because Jake Paul's got the longevity for the Netflix put on. He just fought Mike in a massive fight. He just fought, but then again, he didn't knock Mike out. So if it was a proper scam, yeah, he'd have knocked Mike right out. Then again, Mike was old, and maybe Netflix, being all kind of new age, were like, oh, we don't want to see an old man abused, so just beat him on points. And Jake won like 6-7 rounds in that fight. But this mandinga here, AJ, right, the Kabbalah might just knock his ass out and embarrass him. That's what they might do to him. Yeah, just embarrass his big black ass, man. Take us back there to the 1700s. That's what they might do to this guy, man. Colonial. They might do him colonially. That's what they might do. Yeah. So all the little gimps can run around saying, oh, even the biggest, strongest, blackest one get knocked out by a little corny YouTuber. That's what it might be. It might be a racial okie doke. Seriously, man. That's what it might end up being. Because if I tell you this for free right now, if AJ didn't win, yeah, it's a scam. Proper scam. There's no doubt about it. He couldn't even beat Tommy, man. He couldn't beat Tommy. 175 pounds, I think, or 185 pounds, whatever it was. At 185 pounds, couldn't beat Tommy. Life and death with Tommy. Tommy can't punch. Tommy ain't got no experience. Yes, AJ's leaky deaky, but he's heavyweight, man. He's gone 12 rounds with Usyk. And he won 4 of them against Usyk, people, at heavyweight. Stop playing. So there's no other way here. If it's even close, if Jake Paul won on points, scam. Big scam. Big scam. But the fact he's talking so much... Listen, the argument is, YB, if he was going to scam something, why couldn't he scam the Tommy fight? That's a fair... That's the realist argument that Jake Paul's fights aren't rigged is the fact that he didn't even beat Tommy. That gives me hope. That said, these Netflix coins hit different, man. This Netflix lick is different. They can put 200 million up and it's not even touching the sides. Hey, man. Hey, you big man dinger, man. You washed anyway. Dubois just knock your ass out. So what you can do is, here's 200 million and you get a bonus. We're going to give you $100 million bonus to quickly jump on the floor. You see that one there? Yeah? 100 million guaranteed, and every round, if you get knocked out in the first round, we'll give you $1 billion. Who knows, man? These men they print the money anyway. They'll just make it up on their screen, bash, and send it over to them. Make a scrap of difference to them. Yeah? That's what they'll do. So, I mean, let's assume it's not a big Kabbalah scam for the masses, on the masses. He'll get punched up. As much as me and AJ don't see eye to eye, as leaky deaky as AJ is, people, AJ's a 250-pound man. 6'5", and yeah, he looks a bit ropey against people like Dubois or Usyk. Jake Paul is a 185-pound fighter. He's never been in there. He couldn't even land his shots against Tommy. AJ is another 2 orders of magnitude bigger. He will get smoked. He won't get away with. You know how he's in there with 70-year-old Mike, and he's just kind of peppering him and pulling back. You get away with that when you're the younger, taller fighter and whatnot. What's Jake Paul going to do? He won't be able to backpedal with AJ. AJ will pop him in the mouth with a jab. Jake Paul will have to take 2 steps to even get close, and his feet are slow as molasses. They're as slow as molasses. Yeah? And when he feels the power from AJ, seriously, when he feels the power in 10-ounce gloves, you won't have seen nothing like it. Never mind Carrot Top. Even though technically Carrot Top's leagues above AJ, it's still heavyweight boxing. Yeah. Jake Paul would have got punched up by Carrot Top. I don't care how leaky deaky AJ is. When Jake Paul feels a shot on his arms, on his gloves, he won't have felt nothing like it. He spars stifflers. Seriously. He spars the most stiffest people. It's a bit like Conor Ben's camp, just stiffs. People working at Screwfix. People working at Halfords. Yeah? Dinner ladies' sons. You know, 100%, that's who he spars, man. He won't have felt nothing like it. And the fact he's sitting there saying, oh, AJ's stiff. AJ's got no chin. You ain't even been in there, man. You couldn't do nothing with Tommy. What are you talking about? As much as we can critique AJ at the top level, you are bugging. But this could be good if it's not a scam. I haven't rated Turkey on the whole Jake Paul thing. And it's good to some extent that Turkey and Eggy Hearns are beefing. Because before, Turkey would have said, no, we're not doing this. And Eddie would have been like, just topping him off. But now there's a beef. Eddie Hearn's probably thinking, oh, this might be a good way to upstage and show Turkey we're still relevant. Bam, we're on Netflix, 10,000 trillion viewers. Oops. And I'm glad for it. I was the one pushing for Canelo versus Jake Paul. I don't want to watch Canelo versus Skull. I want to watch Canelo versus Jake Paul, though. I want to see him get punched up. Yeah? And I think, to be quite frank, AJ will do a worse job just because of the size difference than Canelo would have done. The size difference, Jake Paul would have been a bigger man for whatever that's worth. He might have been able to ride some of the shots from Canelo. AJ, though, all AJ has to do, seriously, man, I say it a lot, but all AJ has to do in this camp, stick your gloves right on your head and walk into him. He'll do nothing. Jake Paul can't punch. He can't punch. Seriously. He's a 185-pound guy blown up. Which don't mean nothing. Yeah? A big blown up 185-pounder can't punch like a true heavyweight. Just can't. Never mind AJ. And AJ, the shots will bounce off his guard because it's a 175-pounder. It'll feel like he's in there having a move around with someone, doing some kind of, what they call it, not flow work, but it'll feel like the shots will just be bouncing off his guard. Seriously. They won't do nothing from Jake Paul. Jake Paul can't punch like that. He can't. People, he went 7 rounds or 5 rounds with Mike Perry, who's like 155-pounder, who coming in like this. Now AJ is leaky deaky to be fair, but he ain't as leaky deaky as Mike Perry. Jake took Jake 50 rounds for a little tiny UFC fighter, bare knuckle, redneck, Mike Perry. Stop playing. He'll punch his head right in, and I'm down for it. Anyway, let's get to the bars from Eddie Hearns, because Eddie Hearns has got a boner for this one. And listen, I'm happy for it. I don't want to hear about, he's bringing boxing into disrepute. AJ's washed up anyway. Yeah? The same as Canelo. He's not fighting Benavidez anyway. So get this guy punched up. I'm not interested in hearing about, he's not, it's ruining the sport. How is it ruining the sport? This guy's talking a whole bunch about how AJ's got no chin, how he's too stiff, he's no good. Yeah? Back in the day, if someone's got a lot to say, you give it to them. You don't, give it to him. Knock him out in one round and move on. Who cares? No one's going to look back on AJ's career and say, look at Ali. Ali fought some wrestler dude and was on the floor and that was dead. Yeah? You got a little gimp, a little YouTube gimp, talking a whole bunch about what he's going to do and how good he is. Go give it to him. And then move on with your career, whatever you're doing. It doesn't take away from AJ's legacy at all, people. Not even 1% does it take away. This here is a service, what do they call it? A service to humanity. That's what this is. Filling in the Habsburg Drawrian plumber. From where's he from? Wherever he's from, man. Ohio. Yeah? Ohio plumber. Oklahoma, sorry. Jake Paul is an Oklahomian plumber. Yeah? And this is a service to the people, to the masses. AJ needs to do. Anyway, here's Eddie Hearn. He's geeked. He can't wait for this one here. Let's get the bars up. I need a second now, people.
To AJ this morning, he went, listen, of course, I'd fight. I mean, if the question was asked to Jai, would you fight Jake Paul? And there was...
I wouldn't fight him, I'd bash him.
Yeah.
Wait, let me start again.
Look at it, and I think Jake Paul against...
Come on then.
But he might do it. He might just do it for just for doing it for the sake of it. But obviously we know.
That's better.
Mate, I don't know what we're talking about.
I mean, look, for me, spoke to AJ this morning. He went, listen, of course, I'd fight. I mean, if the question was asked to Jai, would you fight Jake Paul? And there was...
I wouldn't fight him, I'd bash him.
Yeah. But he might do it. He might just do it for just for doing it for the sake of it. But obviously we know. Listen, Jake creates massive events, right? You know that's going to create like unbelievable viewership, and no disrespect to Jake Paul, it's a straightforward night's work. I spoke to AJ this morning. He went, listen, of course, I'd fight. I mean, if the question was asked to Jai, would...
So Eddie Hearn says he spoke to AJ this morning, and AJ said, of course, it's an easy night's work. And that is what matters here, people. AJ will make good money, good viewership, and I'm going to watch it. Yeah? That's what I'm going to do. And if you don't want to watch it, Simon Jordan, or whatever other gimps, Turkey, I don't want to watch Canelo versus Jake Paul. Don't watch it then. Yeah? Put on some bum. There's a bunch of bums on them shows anyway, man. Think of all the bums. You got the May card. Fraser Clark fighting Tete. Yeah? So don't tell me about you don't want to watch it, because you've got a bunch of bums on them cards. Oops. A bunch of bums are on there. I want to watch it. I want to watch Jake Paul in there, feel the first shot, and his back end's going to drop out all over the... He's not a real boxer, man. He's not. He would have never felt nothing like it. He would have not have. People, he hadn't... Watch Tommy Fury fight. Tommy Fury slaps. He can't punch for nothing. And there was times Tommy was slapping and Jake Paul was like... choking in there. There was no poise. There was no catch and counter. There was no, okay, this guy can't punch. I'm going straight at him now. It was panicking. Choking in there. That's what he was doing. Choking. Never mind no Anthony Joshua or Canelo. And this guy talks too much end of the day. About how good he is. He punched... Forget all that as well. Yes, Mike Tyson's a sellout. But still, Jake Paul's in there acting like he's a big boss, clowning on Mike. I don't like Mike like that. But still, the principle of it. You're punching up a 70-year-old sniffhead. And acting like you're doing something. So I'm glad AJ's greedy for money. I'm glad Massa Hearns is greedy for his Mandinga percentages. Because this is what's going to get this fight done. And Jake Paul gets smoked. He might get knocked out off a jab, seriously. He won't have felt nothing like it. He will not have felt nothing like it. Yeah? He will not have felt nothing like it when the first shot lands. He'll be like, oh my. Not even a bit of anything like it. Anyway, there's another one here.
Would do it for the banter. Do you know what I mean? Like, AJ would fight Jake Paul. He'd fight anyone, to be honest with you. And if Jake Paul wants to step up and fight Anthony Joshua, he'll need the relevant insurance. But, you know, the only thing that was disappointed was he says 2026. I look at it and I think Jake Paul against Anthony Joshua. I mean, look, for me, would do it for the banter. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Fair play, Eddie. I'm glad you and Turkey ain't on it no more. Because that's what I'm saying, people. I've been saying it for a long time, since the whole Canelo versus Jake Paul thing happened. It's you do it for the banter. Yeah? I'm going to knock this Oklahoma's plumber's head off. Oops. He talking like he in the game. He fronting like he is in the game. So someone out there, give him the game. Now, Beterbiev said he'd give him the smoke. Dubois said he'd give him the smoke. But fake Paul needed someone who was a bit washed up and a bigger profile. AJ, even at this point, has a bigger profile than Dubois and Beterbiev. And he's looking vulnerable, which is what Jake Paul likes. Perfect. And as washed as I think AJ may be in professional boxing, people, he's in trouble, Jake Paul. He needs to do it, people. If I was advising Jake Paul, he needs to go to Lloyd's of London and get some proper insurance. I'm talking 10 out of 10 shekel insurance. He needs to insure his next generation as well, because the way AJ going to hit him is going to mutate his DNA, and they might come out cross-eyed in that. Seriously, he'll need multiple generational insurance from Lloyd's of London, the top shekels. That's what he'll need, because he'll whack him and his genes will go woo, his helix will just all bug out, yeah, and his kids for the next 10 generations are fixing to come out cross-eyed. That's what AJ going to do to him, and he wants it. Yeah, you heard how he's talking. He's got no chin. He's stiff. You people, stiff or not, no chin or not, you are useless, fake Paul, and it's been irritating me. Yeah, it's been irritating me. If you can't tell, it's been irritating me. Having him hang around the place like he's doing something. It's really annoying. You couldn't even beat Tommy, man. Let's call it a spade here. You couldn't even beat him properly. Should have knocked him out. That's what you should have done if he was half alive. If he had anything in there. Yeah, Tommy's no good. So I'm glad Eddie Hearn's on it. And it looks like it's going to happen. Eddie Hearn said, 2026. I want it now. Why 2026? Let's do it now. So hopefully, now Eddie Hearn's desperate. This might be his last fight, or one of his last. If Fury doesn't come back, this might be his last fight to go out with. Big cash out. Eddie's desperate. It's a fire sale at Mandingo Room HQ right now. Facts. It's a fire sale there. So this is great news for someone in the middle of a fire sale. Just getting rid of all their assets and retrenching the boxing business because it's finished in boxing. Turkey finished him off. Perfect. Bosh. Last injection before he collapses it. No doubt about it, people. I don't want to hear no one moaning. Oh, AJ's not got no belts. He's not holding nothing up. Yeah? He's washed up. Anyway, that's what it's spade. In serious boxing, he's washed up. The best we can hope for is the Battle of the Bums of Britain against Fury, which isn't going nowhere. AJ can fill Jake Paul in, and by then, it'll be a year from when Fury last fought. He's probably ready to come back. And or Dillian White ain't going nowhere. Wilder ain't going nowhere. Bosh. This is the next fight, people. And if I was AJ's team, bear in mind, Fake the Cake Paul came out and ran his mouth. What did he say again? Talking like he's all with it and that.
My boundaries. I want to fight Anthony Joshua exclusive because I know that I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass.
He just got knocked out, right?
Yeah. He doesn't have a chin and he has no skill and he's stiff. And I love you, Anthony. We're friends.
No skill, no chin, and he's stiff. Just disrespect. Yeah. Now I might say things that are critical of AJ, but that's because I want to see him do better. And I'll admit he'd knock my ass out anyway if it came to it. It's too big, too strong, right? See the difference there? I'm not a hater. I want to see him in there tight. I've been saying that for years. Not hating. I want to see him. I want to see him do well. I was on the bandwagon, but I got sick and tired of him doing the same thing again and again. Leaky, deaky, deaky. Not getting stuck in. That's not hating. That's just what I'm seeing. This gimp though, he's saying it like he's gonna do something. So now's the time. Not next. Not a year from now. Now, AJ should come out, because again, this cat fake Paul is being disrespectful. And we know the kind of street narrative. If someone's disrespectful, there's nothing to talk about like that. Let's run it, man. There's no 2026. There's no nothing else. Me and you can run it right now on Netflix. No problem. No problem. Don't even give me no notice. Just tell me this on the Saturday you want it on. I'll pull up there and knock your head off. So Team Hearn now and Team AJ, if I was them, it's got to be a public campaign. Yeah? AJ puts out, hey Jake Paul, just sent your team a term sheet, or get at me, or something proactive, socially speaking. Yeah? I want you now. No 26. I'm knocking your head off now because you run your big mouth like you can do something. You can't say someone's stiff, no good, no skill, no chin, and talk about 26. Come get it now. Come get this no chin, no skill, big stiff having ours right now. Yeah, and we'll see what's really up. We'll see what's really sweet. Because you're useless, seriously. What have you done? Yeah? What have you done? Nothing, man. You lost Tommy Fury. You went life and death with Tommy Fury, and he slapped you half to death in that fight at points. He was slapping you half to death. You didn't have no response. You were in there just kind of, posted up, riding the shoe. He was like, Jake was choking in that fight against Tommy. Didn't know what to do with himself when Tommy's slapping around the place. So get this guy filled in. And I'll tell you this for free. It'll be one of the most anticipated fights I'll watch. Yeah. Because if it's not a scam, either way, if it ends up being a scam and AJ gets knocked out, I'm going to be pissed. But if it goes how it should go, which is the only way it can go, if it's not a scam, is fake Paul gets... Trust me, man. AJ can box 12 rounds. Usyk 2. Ruiz 2. He can box 12 rounds for fun. Never mind nothing coming back. Fake Paul ain't going to have nothing coming back, people. Them shots he's landing on a 70-year-old sniffhead, Mike Tyson, didn't do nothing in there. Didn't do nothing. 70-year-old man. AJ's chin might not hold up to Daniel Dubois. Fake Paul? What's he gonna do? What does he know about fighting? Nothing does he know. Because if he did, someone who knows about fighting would have knocked Tommy out, seriously. Never mind lost. You put AJ in there with Tommy Fury. Oops. There's no life and death split decision lost there. Tommy gets some serious harm done to him. Yeah? Has Jake Paul improved since then? Has he? I don't know. What's he done? Life and death 8-round fight, and he was running from Mike in the first round. The one round of gas Mike had, fake Paul was running. But listen, it'll be a big fight on Netflix. It's probably one of the, outside of Canelo, it's the only logical fight as well, to be honest. Unless you could get a kind of Wilder in there. But the Wilder thing might do it for the US market-ish. But globally, which Netflix is a global thing, it's AJ all day and night. It really is AJ all day and night. So I'm gassed for this, man. I want to see it this year. End of the year. September. AJ wants to come back in September. Fill this plumber in, and then you can fight again in December. You ain't really lost nothing, to be honest. Yeah, you could do this as part of your camp. AJ should book 2 fights. Hey, I'm fighting in October, and I'll fill this Oklahoma plumber in September. No problem. It might be a good thing to warm up as well. If you're fighting in October, get in there, smoke Jake Paul, and it's kind of like a simulation day. Yeah? I'm fighting Jake Paul a month before my real fight as a simulation. Big crowd, camera lights in action, smoke him, great. Part of my training, build it into your training routine. Bosh. That's what it'll be. It'll be some light. You can't even call it a sparring day. It'll be a flow day. Yeah? It'll be a technique day for AJ. AJ goes in there, work on some things, and just touch him however he wants to touch him. That's how I'd do it if I was AJ. Just touch him all over. A bit like, remember Crawford versus Avanesian? And Crawford's just in there just touching him all over, man. Just completely relaxed and composed. That's what it'll look like. Just sunning him off. That's what I'll do to this guy. But yeah, I'll just stick my hands on my head and walk straight into him. Straight into him I'll go. I'll stick him right here. And what's he going to do, man? What's Jake Paul? Jake Paul's best shot, looking at the floor and bowling it over against heavyweight AJ with his hands here. He'll bounce right off, man. He's splitting the guard and knocking AJ out. Never is it doing that. He can't punch like that. at heavyweight. Stop playing, man. Do nothing. Jake Paul couldn't beat Dave Allen. He couldn't. Seriously. I'd bet huge money Jake Paul would do nothing with Dave Allen if he was fit. If he's not fit, he might get punched up. But if he was fit, Dave would walk straight into him. Fake Paul wouldn't know what to do. Even Johnny Fisher. Johnny Fisher bucks Jake Paul up. Seriously. He bucks him up. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, like the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this. Some people stop it. Bye.